Evening. So today we are going to talk about silver, and I've got some recent silver pickups, physical silver, and we're going to talk about where I think silver's going. We've got obviously quite big news. The Biden uh, administration is about to sign a $1 trillion infrastructure bill on Monday, the largest federal investment in infrastructure for more than a decade. And those of you that obviously know more about this than me will, or you know, the impact that that could have on the precious metals, especially silver, because of the eco side of that bill. Anyway, and also, so during this video, we're going to go into the US Open. So it'll be interesting to see what the silver price does. But we'll come on to that in a minute. So I've just got a chart up in the background. I'm just going to leave that there. So it's been interesting. I mean, the other day, I was fortunate enough to be able to pretty much pay for a whole 10-ounce silver bar by flipping some cryptos. And since then, the day after, I punted a bit more, FOMO'd into silver just because the price was so, I thought relatively low for, $24 hit that again. And to me, it's just still cheap, and things started to move, so I picked up a few more ounces. But I did pick up this random thing. Actually, I'm just going to show it to you. It's so relevant I wasn't even going to bother. But this 1 gram silver panda, which from my local kind of jewelry bullion store just in there, it's got a bit of a shame. It's got a bit of a nasty dent in the side of it. I don't know where it's from, but initially I thought, oh, well, that's really interesting. I didn't even know they made a 1 gram silver panda. But of course, having looked into it, it's actually made in America from the Sunshine Mint, the Rising Sun Mint. Anyway, so I did a quick bit of research, and I don't actually think this is from China at all. Anyway, if anybody knows any more about it, then let me know. It's quite a nice little coin. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like a couple of quid. I don't know if it's been mounted in some jewellery, and that's why it's got that dent there. It's the only thing I can think of, really. But I need to look into it more. Anyway, so we had that. And then I punted on, I quite like sci-fi and fantasy things. So I punted on this quite nice looking Canadian Mint werewolf 2-ounce silver bullion coin, which I think is quite interesting. I just saw it. I mean, it's just totally marketed towards somebody like me. Your middle-aged man who likes a bit of science fiction and God, I've forgotten that famous werewolf movie. Not American Werewolf in London. Underworld, is it? Lichens, things like that. I just saw it and I just thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. So I do like that. I picked up 2 of those, actually. My new kind of strategy, one for the long term and one to sort of sell off when I feel like it. But you can see, actually, one thing I am disappointed about with these coins is the condition of them. You can see the rims are hammered to shit. But I mean, I picked these up on eBay. I'm fondling it with my fingers. I'm probably going to regret that. It's going to be milk spotted to death. I mean, they were a reasonable price. I mean, obviously the silver price has gone up since I bought these, so I'm glad. I probably would have paid another £10 each for them. But they are a bit, they're not the most wonderfully conditioned coins. I'll just show you the back there. There we go. Not that exciting, really. But yeah, so it's just a little something, really. Just to add to the stack. And I am chuffed to bits with the design. But in actual fact, I mean, if you compare that to, let's say, a 2-ounce coin from the Royal Mint, I don't know really which ones. I think the Royal Mint coins have just got a slightly better finish. the fields are just a bit sharper. There's a bit more detail. I don't know. It's just my thoughts. I don't know whether you guys have got 2 ounce coins like this to compare, but I'm not just saying it because I'm from the UK and I'm slightly biased, but I just feel the raw mint coins are just slightly better. But it's still a nice coin. It's fine. It's good. I'm happy with it. It hits that semi-numismatic spot. So there, that's really my couple of recent silver pickups, and I guess I did FOMO into that because of the silver price going up, and I thought, I caned some money recently, silver gold buffaloes, 10 ounces of silver here, left, right and centre, and you could say, well, that's all right, it's fine, we're all saving it, but I mean, I've got thousands tied up in crypto at the moment. I need to make a video on what I've just FOMO'd into a load of coins, and I keep looking at coins and then they keep going, and I just thought, I'm just not having that. I do some analysis on them. So yesterday I FOMO'd into some, but I'm going to make another video on that. I want to talk about silver. So we're getting close to the US Open. It's about 14.29, and I just want to talk briefly about where we are. So I've got a weekly chart here, and we can see back in 2010, after the recession, we hit this $50, and we've been nowhere near that. And we had this little run up, obviously COVID 2020 around $30, and then we had the sort of Wall Street bet silver job, trying it on around just shy of 30 again. And since then, it's kind of sold off and been kind of downwards and sideways, and a little bit disappointing. But we could look at this, all things considered, obviously this mega run up here, all the way up to $30 last year during COVID. I mean, you could say that, can we say the low is in for silver in the long term, and this is the new base? At $22, it seems to me, it's been retested a few times, silver's getting snapped up. And what we've got here, obviously the CPI inflation data came out in the US, and 6.2%. So it's running hot. We're saying, still, I don't know whether they're coming off of their transitory narrative. I've been banging on for weeks, months about the fact that everything that I see and touch, I'm paying through the nose for. Although, some people are saying, and I do think in the back of my mind, we have to be careful about deflation in the long term because of new processes and automation. And only today they were saying that they've got automated lorries now, and it's going to make thousands of lorry drivers redundant. They're right at the stage of releasing those. That's just one example. What's going to happen in 20 years time? Where are the jobs going to be? Technology is making a deflationary environment underneath this undercurrent of rising inflation, I feel. But in the short term, that's not really coming through. And the bottom line is right here and now. Inflation is here. Gold and silver have both moved significantly in the last few days since that release of the CPI data. And the question to me is, is this the last time we're going to be able to get in at $22, well, under $25, give or take, is this another buying opportunity to buy physical? And we can see, obviously, silver is volatile and is choppy. And this morning, there was a bit of a drop again, back down here. We can see the 24, and then, it's kind of just getting snapped up again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few minutes. Go to the minute view and we can see what's going on. I really have no idea. It's so difficult to predict. When you think, the market should be doing X, Y, and Z because of the fundamentals, and silver should be rallying now. We've got the infrastructure bill signing with the eco side of it, and silver usage should be more prevalent. Solar, conductors. We've got inflation running at 6.2%. Everything is pointing towards higher silver. Apparently, there isn't actually that much above ground silver being mined at the moment. There's only a few mines in the world that are actually dedicated to creating silver, and they've got supply chain issues. It's like, how much better does it have to be before we see this thing surge? But on the flip side of that, we could say, well, actually, you know, let's hang on a minute. We can see here, you know, we've had a little sell-off here at the open, and which is often happens, and then we can see it's beginning to go. And the question is, are we going to get to 26? So, because obviously, if we zoom out again, this $25, we go back to an hourly chart here and have a look, I think we'll find that we probably need to go to a daily chart here to see is that $25 high we've had is was about a 3 months high. You know, we haven't had anything like that since you know, May, June time, so that's quite significant, really. And you know, it all comes back to the fact that you know, it's kind of FOMO effect. Is this the last chance to really buy in into silver at a good price? I mean, you know, there's some people that are saying, oh, this is still high. You know, when we consider only, you know, a year ago, you could have got silver at $15. You know, so in a way, in lots of ways, you know, I've been moaning in previous videos about silver being sideways, you know, not doing what I want it to do, and in actual fact, if we go back to a weekly chart, so we can zoom out, this is what I'm kind of on about. This sort of sideways move since the highs. It's still a good price, $25 compared to where we were, but this to me looks like a move up, and like I said, it's been retested. $22 level seems to be very, very strong resistance, and you know, we just, who knows where it's going to go from here. I mean, if I had to make a call, I feel like we should be seeing $30+ silver by the end of this year and next year, and unless there's something just significant happens. I mean, interest rate hike is kind of, I mean, people saying that rates, there's only one way they can go, which is up, which obviously is fair enough. I can, you know, that's pretty obvious because where they are now, there's not much, there's nowhere else for them to really go, and that could have an effect, you know. But my gut's telling me it's just, you know, we're in the beginning of a new cycle, and it's just, I think investors are really struggling to, well, obviously crypto has stolen some thunder from precious metals, and I think, you know, now we're seeing, I think we're kind of seeing a different kind of investing strategy play out, where instead of it being just Bitcoin or crypto and commodities, you know, are two separate things, you know, traditional commodities like gold and silver. Seems to me investors and institutions are trying to be far more diverse now. They're prepared to go out, they're dipping their toes in the crypto world, you know. And we had that planned here, 50 million, you know, gold bar, 50 million ounces, $50 million worth of gold, excuse me, they purchased the other day this year. I mean, if they know something, you know, who knows? I think there's a lot of buying going on behind the scenes. Anyway, so that's it really. Just my thoughts on the silver. Obviously, we're up here. Let's have a look at the minute chart, see what's going on. It's probably going to be, you know, maybe I probably consolidate at this level for a bit. It'd be nice if it consolidated around 25. I think if we can consolidate around, you know, if we can break 25.50, then I think we could be looking at 26, 27, and of course then if 27 we're into the 30s, so we have got a way to go yet. But I'm kind of looking at any silver I buy now around this 24, 25 range is a chance to cost average things that I've bought in, you know, up here. Really, I did buy quite a bit of silver at about $28, $29. FOMO'd into that because I thought it was going to run up to sort of $30, $40, $50 and then never go back. But I think I've realised that the markets now, you know, they're constantly playing with you and teasing you, and they do often just do the complete opposites of what you think the fundamentals are, and that is annoying, you know. But just look at it as opportunities, you know. Anyway, so that's it really, just a silver update, and leave any comments or questions. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and great if you could subscribe if you enjoyed it, share it about, and I will see you soon.